What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, starring Keanu Reeves and Alex Winters. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures tells the story of the titular characters named Bill and Ted, who are these Valley Boy burnout rockers who are about to flunk their history class. And in a last-ditch effort to try and pass this class, they are giving a phone booth to travel through time to pretty much kidnap historical figures in order to pass the class. All right, that is the basic plot line of Bill and Ted. Let's talk about it. Number one, this movie is fantastic. I love Bill and Ted. This is one of my favorite comedies. This is one of my favorite comedies. The chemistry between Alex Winters and Keanu Reeves as Bill S. Preston Esquire and Ted Theodore Logan, Wild Stallions, is utterly fantastic. These two play so well off one another. Watching these two on screen, you would think that they had been friends for like years. That's how natural their chemistry is. They work so well off one another. The chemistry, unmatched. Uh, the actors who played the historical figures, those actors embody their roles. Like they played those roles to the T. And in a movie like this, you'd have not expected the amount of dedication that the actors put into playing the historical figures, like Socrates, Abraham Lincoln, Sigmund Freud, Genghis Khan, Billy the Kid, who's the other one? Napoleon and Beethoven. The actors who played those characters, fantastic. To me, Napoleon was the standout because Napoleon, he pretty much stays in San Dimas and he has his own little thing where Ted's little brother Deacon has to pretty much watch over him. And of course, to Deacon, Napoleon was a dick, so he abandons him. And Napoleon's pretty much shining scene is in a bowling alley where he gets a gutter ball and he starts screaming out in French, which is hilarious. But the crowning achievement of Napoleon stuff is the scene in the water park. Utterly hysterical. Just seeing Napoleon have the time of his life going down water slides will put a smile on your face. You can tell the actor is having a blast playing Napoleon. It's fantastic. And the other actors, like I said, who played the other historical figures, they're fine in their roles as well. Though I think their best scenes happens in the mall when they're being chased down by the cops, and before that, they're just having their own little mini moments. That's where they get a chance to shine too, and that's where and they're funny. Like they're really really funny. Uh, I also like the scenes where Bill and Ted like first interact with these characters when they're pretty much kidnapping them to take them back to modern day for their report. Those little mini scenes are hilarious too. Like they kidnap Lincoln pretending to be Candy Graham. They go to Socrates and pretty much and while he's philosophizing, they kidnap him. They pretty much save Billy the Kid from getting killed in the Wild West, which was a very entertaining scene, which led to a very fun brawl in a bar, which is always nice. Uh, they kidnap Sigmund Freud as he's coming out of a building, which is not as cool, but you live with it. But you live with it. So, Beethoven gets kidnapped while he's in the middle of a little mini concert, which is actually really funny. Uh, Speaking of funny, this movie has a lot of running jokes that I think are hysterical. There's this one running joke where Ted is always making comments at Bill's stepmom, where he's like, "Bill, your stepmom is hot," and Bill's like, "Shut up, Ted." Funny stuff. I love it a lot. I also love George Carlin, who plays Rufus in this movie. Now, Rufus is not in this movie a whole lot, but his character pretty much gets the ball rolling, and he tries to explain the rules of the movie itself and how time travel works in this movie. It's very very muddy. It's very very muddy, but it kind of sort of makes sense, though it's kind of then it kind of sort of doesn't, and it kind of can kind of contradict with itself. But you gotta take it at face value and just say, okay, these are the rules that the movie's playing with. Let's go from there. Not only that, Colin Rufus, he does have his little mini moments here and there, particularly at the end of this movie where he starts jamming with Bill and Ted and then breaks the fourth wall after seeing just how bad they play, where he's like, they do get better. So Colin does have his nice little moments. Uh, this movie also has these two medieval English women, princesses that Bill and Ted fall in love with, and they get paid off when Rufus takes them to the present day, and they end up joining Bill and Ted as the Wild Stallions. So that's a nice little payoff. Uh, the actual history report scene where they're doing the oral presentation is so much fun. Such a good scene. I love it. It's really funny. There's even the subplot when with Bill with Ted's dad trying to send him to military school. That's funny too. I mean, I didn't really find anything wrong with it at all. That's just me personally. I thought it was okay for what it was. I mean, it does lead to a very funny bit where where Ted drops a trash can on his dad's head while he's looking for his keys, which is hysterical. Like trash can, remember a trash can. It's funny stuff. Like Bill and Ted's actually Adventures got so much funny. It's got so much golden stuff to it. Like, how can you hate a movie like this? This movie knows that it's silly, but it's having fun with itself, and the actors are clearly having a good time with this movie. The director, Stephen Herrick, I thought he did a very admirable job with this movie, directing the comedic scenes. I thought they worked for me, and like I said, if this movie did not have Winters and Reeves, it wouldn't be even close to half as good. It would just be like this middle of the road comedy that you're not gonna remember. But because you have Winters and Reeves, who are so charismatic in the roles of Bill and Ted, that's why this movie has stood the test of time. And that's why, to me, Bill and Ted's going to get a 9 out of 10. I love it. If I have any flaw, the actor who plays Billy the Kid was okay, nothing spectacular. I thought his acting was really flat. And that's actually pretty much it. The rest of the movie, to me, is great, with the exception of Billy the Kid. So, yeah, 9 out of 10 for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections down below. Like this video and subscribe. And remember, be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.